How do you think Brodie Croft looked today?
Thought he looked like Brodie Croft, but in a better coloured jersey.
Leeds have won back-to-back rugby league titles. The golden generation finally has its golden fleece. No England game, it seems, is complete without a Ryan Hall try. Jamie Peacock.
Kevin Sinfield.
Rob Burrow.
Jamie Jones Buchanan for Leeds.
It's one of the most popular beards in rugby league.
There aren't many in Super League that can do that.
We just want to be a great friend, and if we can all try and be a bit of a better friend from time to time, I think we have a bit of a better place to live in.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Lot Pod, the Leeds Rhinos Lot 17-8 podcast, kindly sponsored by Fast Signs. Fast Signs are an established family-run business who've been providing businesses around Leeds and West Yorkshire with effective signs and graphics for almost 30 years. Fast Signs are passionate about helping customers make a statement with signs that are eye-catching, effective and delivered fast. Thanks as always to Fast Signs for being one of our sponsors. It's very kind of them. Well, welcome to another Rhinos Weekly Roundup. Joining me for this one, he is my left-hand man, one of our sponsors. It's producer Chris. How are you, Chris?
Yeah, good, mate. You?
Yeah, I'm well. Do you like the producer nickname?
I think it's irrelevant whether I like it or not, isn't it?
He's stuck. Statman Reese, Jingle Josh, producer Chris. Everyone gets a nickname. I'll need one. I'll need one soon. Are you excited for? We'll kind of come on it later in the pod. But are you excited for the Catalans game?
Yeah, it's an interesting one for me because I usually, those that know me, I go on my own. Quite like
You do,
mates. Yeah,
being alone.
But I'm taking an old friend of mine who doesn't know anything about rugby. But his two kids have got right into rugby league.
Right.
It's their first Rhinos game.
Wow.
Fortunately, I couldn't get sat with them because all tickets have gone, haven't they? So,
Yeah,
so they're in South Stand, sat down. But yeah, I'm taking them, so they're gonna, I'll give them a lift at game and show them around the stadium. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
I'm sure they'll enjoy it if it's the first game. I think a Saturday game, for younger kids.
Yeah, there's usually lots of stuff going on, isn't there?
Yeah, they tend to do more, particularly on a Saturday game than they would in Friday 8 o'clock game. This is the weekly roundup, so I will now give some Club Rhinos, what's happened, all things Leeds Rhinos. Like Reece said last week, there isn't much because the women haven't started, the academy, etc. So we will pick those up when their seasons do start. But the netball side are playing. And unfortunately, they lost their second game of the season to Saracens, 53-44, meaning they've now lost their opening 2 games of the season. The netball side head to Sheffield next on Saturday against the Cardiff Dragons. Hopefully, they pick up their form in that 3rd game of their season. We do have the Lot Pod meet-up at the Original Oak at 12:30 before the Catalans game. We're going to watch the Leeds United games. Feel free to pop along and say hello to us. Original Oak at 12:30 on Saturday. You're probably listening to this going to the game. You probably missed it. The Bring a Friend for free for season ticket holders ends at midnight on Monday, the 4th of March. So if you are a season ticket holder and you do want to bring a friend or hand out a free ticket, you can, as long as you use it before Monday, the 4th of March. The games that you can take a friend for free to are Huddersfield at home in April, Lee at home in June, London at home in July, and Catalans again at home in August. So make sure you use those free voucher codes that you all have if you are a season ticket holder before Monday, the 4th of March. Otherwise, it's just going to be gone forever. Reese wrote this itinerary down, and he's also told me to mention that the Princess Royal visited Headingley on Wednesday for a special reception for the MND Association to thank the rugby league community and the Leeds Rhinos for their support of the impact that MND has had on people. So well done to everyone for that as well. On to the real nitty-gritty with the men's side. Chris, I called you Reese, and you see that. I do apologise, Chris. Do you want to get into Lasoni and Donaldson's bans?
What can we say that's not already been said?
That's how I feel. The one thing I want to ask you about is Donaldson got 2 games. Lasoni got 3 games. Donaldson got 2 games due to his previous record, which is he is a good boy, which we kind of said on the KR review. Lasoni got 3 games. Rhinos appealed. That got rejected. It happens. So what? But I believe this is the same ban that Pele got for his eye shot in Chella. Does that leave a sour taste in your mouth, Chris?
Just doesn't seem right, does it?
No.
Doesn't seem right. But it's pointless moaning about it. It's not going to change.
It is what it is. It's done. It's done. That's the one thing that I kind of, when we did it, we had to appeal. We simply had to appeal. But then when that gets upheld and then they say it's as bad as Pele's, I'm like, that's just...
I think they're all too big, aren't they, these bands?
Yeah.
I think maybe fines would be a better way to go. They don't earn a lot of money, do they?
No.
It's not like... I don't know. They just seem too excessive.
I think a fine would hurt a player more.
Yeah.
If you said it's 1,500 quid.
I suppose the thing is as well is, I mean, I'm sure it'll happen to us as well, but the other clubs are benefiting. If it's a 3-game ban, it should have been sent off.
Yeah, which was my next question.
So they're getting it wrong, aren't they? I'm not having a go at officials. I feel really sorry for them.
Me too, yeah.
I think they've got a difficult job and they've got all this pressure put on them. So I don't even blame them for the New Brown incident. They're just doing what they're told to do, aren't they?
It isn't the refs. It's it's those above, and the poor refs are just in the firing line. They seem to get all the bullets, but then the RFL don't kind of get away with it in a way.
We go through this nearly every year, don't we? It'll settle down.
Every week, Chris.
It'll settle down. I mean, yeah, Lasoni's is far too many, but what?
We can't do anything about it. It's done. Same with Donaldson. It is done. So on to the Catalans game. The squad was announced this week. I'll just read it out to you and I'll get your reaction to that. Leeds 23. Miller, Newman, Momorovsky, Handley, Croft, Frawley, Ackers, Holroyd, Bentley, Reece Martin, Cam Smith, Jared O'Connor, James McDonald, Sangare, Gudemond, Sinfield, Ruan, Roberts, Edgell, Tom Nicholson-Watton, and Ned McCormack. What was your initial reaction, Chris, when you saw this squad announced?
It was as I expected, really. Although I suppose Ned McCormack, I didn't know whether he'd be in, but even if he doesn't get picked, which I don't think he will, but it's good experience for him.
He's still around the squad.
The squad. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what we thought. I think obviously the person missing Aledzki.
Yeah.
My view is if he's got some kind of niggle, don't risk him.
No.
In the third game. Just get it right. Because if you're playing him and he's got a niggle and then he ends up out for the season,
then we are knackered.
In the third round. It's just I don't think he played last year when we beat Catalan.
No, I don't think he did. Are you concerned at all, or do you think it's just the club, like you say, giving him as much time as possible to fully to get it right.
We seem to be one of the clubs, and I 100% agree with this, that don't put them in if they're not right.
Yeah.
Especially the third game of the season. So I'm sure it's one of those that if it was a playoff match, you'd be playing.
Yeah, be in.
It also gives chance for other people. So let's see what they're made of.
Well, is it not perfect timing to see Tom Holroyd back in this side with no Michalewski?
Yeah, probably, yeah. I think the person that might benefit the most is Sangare because he's going to have to play extra minutes.
Again, yeah.
And he was great in his first stint against OKR.
Yeah, they were.
Probably best I've seen him play. So it presents an opportunity, doesn't it? It's a bit like the Lasoni ban. It's not there, so what's point in?
Yeah.
What's point in crying over it? So yeah, I'm not overly worried about the prop situation. They're a big side.
Yeah.
But I think they'll step up. I think the others will step up.
Now's the chance. It's the perfect opportunity for them to show us what they've got.
And Gudeman will want a big game, won't he?
He'll want a second half.
Yeah.
He'll want to play more minutes. Just on Tom Holroyd, it's massively important to have him back. But what did you make of his form last year, Chris?
It's just up and down, wasn't it? I think he started off unbelievable, didn't he?
He did.
But I think it must be one of the hardest positions to play if you've got a niggle.
Yeah.
Because you're bashing yourself up, aren't you? So
no hiding place. No,
his form
dropped
off, and I think that's when he were injured. So let's hopefully see what he can do. He looks to have bulked up a bit, and he were already big. So
he looks even bigger now.
I think it'll just be interesting to see how they go.
Yeah, see how they match up.
Mm-hmm.
Miller back in the squad from his injury, a big gain. We kind of watched lyrical on the KR review, but we didn't kind of get your view on it. But if Miller were to miss out again for whatever reason, would you be happy with Alfie Edgell playing in this game? Should it happen?
I think he's made that reserve fullback spot his own, hasn't he?
Yeah, just from the KR game. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, more than happy. Throw him in.
Should he get the chance? But Miller, just seeing Miller back and kind of post on Instagram, he's ready to play, and that's a massive plus for us if he is playing.
Yeah, because I think as good as Edgell was, I think what you're going to miss from an inexperienced fullback is that link play.
Yeah.
And I know Miller's not overly experienced, but we've seen glimpses of what he can do when he's chiming into the line because he's a threat. So I think defenders don't know what is he going to run it, is he going to pass it? I don't think he knows.
How can they know if he doesn't know?
I really like watching players like that.
I do.
So I think it's big, and I think what we forget as well, he dropped out right at last minute last week. It's a lot to ask, in it, to reshuffle what you've been training
so late.
So late. So yeah, I'm glad he's back.
He'll be a massive bonus for the Rhinos, and of course another returning man, James McDonnell. If he continues his form from 2023. It's a perfect timing again with no Morgan Gannon being out for 3 months.
Yeah, and we need a bit of that against Cats, I think.
Yeah.
A bit of workmanlike, mop everything up.
Yeah.
Which him and Gudeman do that, don't they? So, and Jared when he comes on. Because we're not going to beat him down the middle.
No.
We just need to hold his own down the middle, don't we?
Yeah.
Because they're a big side, so it's going to be interesting to see how we play. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what try Ash scores this week.
Yeah, which wonder try. He might do a chip chase, chip over the top, back into
That's
the
what I'm expecting. Beat the whole team, chip over the top, regather,
over the top,
dive over.
dive over in between the sticks. He's having his own try of the season competition. Ash Hanley.
Exactly, yeah.
Just the standard. It's just now the standard that Ash has set.
In fact, we're all going to boo if he doesn't score every time.
Yeah. Or if he scores a tap in. What's that? I'm not having any of that. Got a massive crowd here on a Saturday. Live on Sky. Want another wonder try? If he does score another wonder try, if he scores another full length when we break from deep, what have you made of this attacking from deep that we've been doing? Are you a massive fan of it? I assume you are.
I am, yeah. And at the end of the day, I go to watch the rugby to be entertained.
Precisely.
I get that people want to see a bit of structure. And saying that we've scored more tries within the opposition's 20 than we haven't. We scored 5 tries this year. 3 were in the opposition's 20. But I get that, but I wouldn't want to sacrifice heads-up rugby.
No.
Because people sometimes think the gimmicks. It's not a gimmick. The skill to be able to do what they did. It also puts a bit of doubt in the opposition mind, doesn't it? So, like,
precisely,
they might not compress the defense, but then that's when you've got chance for someone like Miller or Newman to drop off and go through the middle as well. So, I want to be entertained. I don't. If we played percentage rugby, like an Ian Watson side, I don't.
Be bored out of his heads.
Yeah, just want to, yeah. So I'm a big fan of it.
More short kickoffs, Reese. More short kickoffs, the better. We mentioned Gudemond there. He has to play more minutes. I know we joked about it earlier, but with his performance in first half at Hull KR, we have to see more of him on Saturday. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think Rowan said that it messed up the interchanges. I kind of get that, but I think what his thought is there that 2 of his props, even though Donaldson in the prop, had had 10 minutes rest but he should have put him back on. So I think
should have gave him the time.
But he's a good player, he's Gudemond. He's not the biggest, but he'll give everything and he'll tackle everything. And he'll be solid job. He'll be up for a big game, won't
he? Yeah, absolutely. What would that's kind of the 23, 24, 25 there. What would your 17 be, Chris, if you were picking the side for Saturday?
Right, well, I won't go through the obvious ones. So
yeah, the back 5 picks itself. Back 7.
Well, does the back 5 pick themselves? So Lewis Roberts is going to get picked.
He will. Would you pick him, though?
I'm totally 50-50 on this because I'd like to see Ned McCormack given a go.
Me too.
The problem with that is you've got Jordan Abdul kicking to him and you've got Tom Johnson on the other side.
I guess my question off the back of that is, would you be concerned about Lewis Roberts under the same treatment from Abdul?
I don't think he's been as bad as people think.
No, I agree.
Lewis Roberts is going to get picked.
He will.
So, I don't know. I'd like to see Ned McCormack, but I've got reservations with that. It's all right, isn't it? But if he has a shocker,
at home,
poor kid's not played one Super League game. And I think if he was playing, they would definitely target him,
without a doubt. Yeah.
So I part of me thinks throw him in. Part of me thinks
keep him safe.
Yeah. So there's that conundrum. I would probably start with Holroyd and Sangaré. I know Sangaré is not a starting prop, but I just think we need his 2 biggest props on front start. I would start McDonnell over Bentley.
Yeah.
So the bench,
Reece and McDonnell.
The bench, I'd go with O'Connor, Gudemond.
Yeah.
Who else we got at prop? I'd put Bentley there.
Nicholson Wharton.
I'd go TNW, Little Tom.
Little Tom.
But I wouldn't be bothered if Ruan got that last spot.
Yeah, I agree with that. As long as he gets more minutes.
Yeah. I don't think they'll have a choice. I think
no.
The props are going to have to be spelled, but I think let's go with Little Tom. I think he's raring to go, isn't he?
Yeah, and he just needs the chance. And like we've been saying, well, particularly last week, now there's no Oledsky. If not now, then when? If you don't get a chance now,
that's true. But Leon's a lot bigger, isn't he?
Yeah.
So whether he's going to go for size, but I'd go Little Tom.
Yeah, get him in. So do you think, you mentioned earlier about this game won't be won in the middle? Have we just got to chuck it wide and get it to these strike players on our edge?
I think so. I think so. I think when I say not one in the middle, I don't think we can out prop them. They're too big.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The way that we can win it down the middle is if we can get some quick rucks.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah.
So if we can
make some dummy half, yeah.
Yeah, that sort of play, but
speed it up.
If we can get the ruck speed, we'll be all right. Cats are my pick to win Super League, though.
We'll end it there, everybody. Bye.
No, if it's not Leeds.
Oh, there we go. Caveat at the end.
Yeah, that's the caveat. Obviously, Leeds are going to win, but
obviously we're going to win the treble. And Rowan is the saviour.
Yeah. But if that doesn't happen, then Catalans are my pick of the bunch.
So do you think Catalans are stronger this year than they were last year before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the one to watch is that Nicarima. I don't know whether you've seen him play yet.
Yes.
He is quick and he'll scoot out a dummy half. He's my one to watch. I think they'll look a more balanced side, but it's only round 2, isn't it? So
yeah, difficult to say on any side. Yeah,
you don't know what injuries they're going to get. As good as Sam Tompkins was, he was playing injured last year, and I think Morg at fullback is a class act, isn't it? So
I do rate him. Yeah.
I just hope we see the good Catalans and not the lying on. Yeah, because there's no worse team to watch if they play like that. But if they play like they should, it'll be a good contest. I think it
should be a really good game. What's your prediction then to wrap things up? What are you expecting? What's your prediction for this one?
My prediction is we're going to go behind.
All right.
But we're
last minute comeback. Ash wonder try.
No, we're going to win 28-16.
28-16. Not a bad game.
We're going to go behind and everyone's going to be...
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Boo, Rowan out.
Yeah. And then we'll settle into it.
Any try scorers?
Ash, wonder try.
Of course. Ash wonder try. I'll tick that box. Get that thing. Yeah. Chip chase over the top. Scully-esque.
And I think he's going to make another break, but I think he's actually going to pass it to Momorowski this time. And he'll get his debut.
Yeah. And Momorowski will slide over. It'll be something like, do you remember Liam Tyndall? Was it Wigan away? When he just ran through 12,000 players and then he had Adam Cuthbertson on the inside.
It was Catalan.
It was Catalan.
During COVID. And they wore that heritage kit that only got one.
That's right.
And all he needed to do was pass.
I'm expecting Ash to do that, but put Momorowski in. Yeah, for his dude. No pressure, Ash. No pressure. I'm going to back James McDonnell. I think he's going to come back with a bang, and I think he's going to score 2 tries.
Wow.
As Leeds win 38-4. I'm gonna back.
Well, they're gonna. Are you with me that they're gonna score them 4 points in first 5 minutes, and everyone's gonna be?
Yeah.
The
Catalans score first. Everyone goes, "Oh God, was she right? Oh no!" And then Leeds just come back. Second half, Rhinos turn it on, romp home, 38-4 to Leeds. Enjoy the game, everyone. As I say, we do have a bit of a lot pod meet up in the original log at 12:30 watching the Leeds United game. Feel free to come along. We'll be back to review said game from the ACDB studios. We'll see you then. Take care, everyone.